Your name is Norris Nouveau. You're here to answer questions on prohibition from the 1920s to the present day. Your time starts now. When was alcohol prohibited in the United States? Oh, let me think now. It was 1920 to 1933. Correct. What date did the UK Dangerous Drugs Act become law and make cannabis illegal? That was September the 28th, 1928. Correct. Who first demonized marijuana and changed the name from hemp to marijuana and created the term reefer madness? Oh, that was Harry Anslinger. Correct. In what year did Anslinger threaten doctors who carry out cannabis research with imprisonment? Oh, that would have been 1944. Correct. In what year did the British Misuse of Drugs Act classify cannabis as Class B with stiff sentencing? This also prohibited the medical use of cannabis, ignoring the Wooden Report. That would have been 1971. Correct. What is yellow journalism? Now it's a type of journalism that downplays legitimate news in favour of eye-catching headlines to sell more newspapers. It can feature exaggerations, scandal-mongering, sensationalism and propaganda. Correct. When and where did Reefer Madness 2 begin? Well, that was when the ACMD report was published, which recommended cannabis being kept at Class C, but Gordon Brown and Jackie Smith have ignored it. Correct. Who is considered the modern-day Harry Anslinger by the intellectuals of the cannabis community? Oh, I don't know. Antonio Costa? Incorrect. No, sorry, the answer is Paul Dacre of the Daily Mail. Why did the Home Secretary Jackie Smith and the Prime Minister Gordon Brown ignore the ACMD advice to keep cannabis at Class C? Well, I'll have to pass on that one. Which is the most addictive substance? Cannabis or coffee? Oh, well, that would be coffee. Correct. Historically, has prohibition worked? No, it didn't work in the past and it don't work today. Correct. Are medical cannabis users suffering because of prohibition? Well, yes. And some of them have to choose between constant pain or imprisonment. Correct. Are children vulnerable from contaminated street drugs because of prohibition? Well, yes. Street drugs are often cut with adulterants, such as glass or silicone. Correct. If a person uses cannabis and breaks the law, who is the victim? Well, there's no victim in this so-called crime. No one gets hurt. No victim, no crime. Correct. What is the greatest danger in using cannabis? Well, I would say getting caught by the police and getting a criminal record. Correct. How many estimated users of cannabis are there in the UK? Well, according to the government figures, there's an estimated 3 million people use cannabis in the UK. Correct. Out of 16 questions, you answered 14 correctly. You passed on one question. Why did the Home Secretary Jackie Smith and the Prime Minister Gordon Brown ignore the ACMD advice to keep cannabis at Class C? The answer is to get the middle class vote, also to appease the pharmaceutical companies, and the already recreational drug companies like alcohol, nicotine and caffeine, who do not want the competition. Norris Nouveau, you have scored 14 from 16. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.